I first got with my husband, and he used to be like, you aggressive, and I don't think I paid attention to my aggressiveness because I'm like, you aggressive too. So we just aggressive people together,
right.
you know? Like, if you ain't gonna be
Right.
aggressive, I'm gonna be aggressive. So it wasn't until like I started kind of like thinking about doing something different or kind of remembering who I wanted to be as a mom, as a person, because I felt like I always knew who I wanted to be, but never felt like I was touching it yet, or I hadn't got there yet, or didn't even know how to get there.
Not again. That's why I commend you because most people. I'm 54 years old. I ask people in my age group, like, what do you really want to do? People in jobs that they hate, like, they don't even know what they like.
Mm-hmm. Cause they don't have the time to. It's like
they look. I need to make money, pay these bills.
Yeah, and go to sleep and rest. It's like that.
And start over again.
Yeah, or go enjoy myself or go out of town and stuff. And I think that's the most. I think now people are looking for, like, okay, I work this hard so I can take a vacation. I work this hard to do this, but sometimes it's like just really honing in, and it's like I don't notice that I've made certain changes until things happen again, and I change or I handle it differently, or I, even especially with my kids.
That's the telltale.
Especially with my kids, because that patience is real.
Right.
And
normally I would act like this, but now
and even if I do go into that, because God's still working on me. Okay, he's still working on me, but I'll have to like come back and I'll be like, okay, I apologize. I didn't have to be like that. But then I will still explain, like, this is why though. If I'm talking to you, I need you to pay attention, because kids too often, especially like my daughter and my son, and these iPads and these phones, and they too often, they're not paying attention. They're not
for sure
seeing what's going on. And it's like, if you weren't in that phone and you just on TikTok and you walking, you will hear me in my room talking. You will see the light on. You will be paying attention. And I don't want to put it on her in the sense of like you're going to get in trouble for it, but you have to be aware of your surroundings.
Absolutely.
And
but that's
in any
great
situation, inside the home, outside the home.
But that's how you train your children inside the home. Because now she going to take that when she outside and know that I got to be aware of my surroundings. You know how many kids just move through life with iPads, like walking on the street.
Oh my goodness!
You know, I mean, people don't be paying attention to the bus, the cars, like the people who right next to them.
No,
like, you know what I'm saying? They
not
just
at all. They just be moving
in their phones.
And it's not a bad thing. I think people look at the phone and the devices as a bad thing. I just think too much of it and them not paying attention is a bad thing.
To your surroundings
but like, my daughter know stuff that I be like, where you get from? Like, who you hear that from? Where you get that from? Or like, she'll hear like an old song. And it's funny because I feel like we used to hear all the old songs when our parents played it. But like, I think because the age range we're in, we still play old songs, but we still kind of into the new stuff too. So like now, so like now, but she's furthest from the type of music I listen to at all. Like, her music is super deep.
Like Bruno Mars.
Yeah, but she be super deep. Like, it be having meaning to it. And it's crazy because it's like I kind of try to think about it, and where did she get that type of stuff from? Like, where she get it from? How did she come to this type of situation? Because where did you get it from? Because you learn from so many different places, and I think that's scary too.
But here's the thing, because children are really at their most vulnerable state, and they are who they are who innately who they're supposed to be. We change them.
Yeah.
And if you haven't tampered with her DNA, like when they get exposed to different people and experiences, then Brooklyn can see if she likes something or she don't like something. Smart girl, you know. And most children like start out. You can tell if they like sweet potatoes or if they don't like peas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it.
Yeah, she likes sour cream. I'll be like, yeah. Where you get that from? It's not for me.
So children, like all of us, start out as who we were supposed to be. The world changed us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of
for the good and the bad.
Yeah. A lot of time to fit the mold.
Yeah, that society mode.
Yeah, the culture that we're in, society standards, Western culture, wherever we happen to be in the world. Like a lot of people here have a problem with something somebody in another whole country would have no problem with at all. Because of the culture. It's like over here, you're a bad person. I'm like, but what if I lived in London? You know what I'm saying? So they just chip away.
Definitely. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things I think I pay attention to the most is the childhood trauma, and then just like you said, showing up, like noticing that when I come, like other kids be like, "Come on here," or and then you could really tell because I think one of the most significant my childhood traumas were probably like them not being there at certain events. Like my parents was definitely there when I was cheerleading and I was traveling, but I feel like also I wasn't just traveling by myself, so somebody had to be there with me. But like those big, like when I started dancing, that was like my passion. So that's what I kind of wanted them to see more. I feel like cheerleading was just something I did. Like it was fun. I seen it on TV. All the girls got to wear the skirts, and then you get to high school and then you don't even get to wear the skirt at school like that. Like, you gotta wait till the game. I'm like, what happened to what they did on Lizzie McGuire? Like this is not Lizzie McGuire.
Right, everybody walking around the chili.
Yeah, like what happened? And that's not how it went. And so like I'm like, okay. And then I ended up dancing and I'm like, dang. And so when they didn't come, like I could remember so vividly like me searching, like almost like thank God that I knew that dance by heart because I probably would have tripped, fell, because I'm like trying to see if I see them. And then when I finally seen them at the end, like I can remember just feeling like, ugh. And it's like you can't really say nothing to them because then it's like, I like you said, I think they just so used to being like, you'll be okay, you were taken care of. And sometimes the response of just giving a crap, sounding like you gave a crap, helps a lot. Like even if my daughter, like I told her one time, like don't come to me with bad attention, okay? If you want some attention, just ask me. If you feel like you're not getting enough, because I could be feeling like I'm giving you enough, or I could be feeling I'm giving you what you need. But if you need more, be like, hey mom, I want some attention. We can figure out what we could do, but don't be coming over here with this.
But that's clear and concise communication. Right. That's clear. A lot of people don't know how to have those type of conversations. Like that. That's another whole. That's top tier.
Yeah.
That's
Communication.
Yeah.
We were not communicating.
Because my son was doing the same thing. Like he was giving bad attention. I'm like, when he did good at school one day, I was like, don't that feel good? He like, are you happy? I'm like, are you happy? Like, yeah, I'm gonna be happy for you, but are you happy? Do you feel good that you can play with your toys? You can kind of chill. You ain't got to worry about like, mom and them gonna be mad at me. Like, you could feel good about it or whatever. And he feels so much better.
No
like,
doubt he
I
does.
mean, he come in the house like, mama.
But to bring it gives him something to aspire to as opposed to
I'm
thinking
gonna
get in trouble today.
Yeah.
The opposite,
Yeah. You got to think about that. Like, come on, you can tell when he don't do good, he be like, I got to use the bathroom. I got to use the bathroom.
How was your day?
Yeah, he be quiet. He be tiptoeing in. So I be like, bring me that paper. Let's talk about what's going on. And he just be sitting there at the door like,
I blew it.
Yeah, I did it.
I'll be better tomorrow.
Yeah.